Hi there, I'm Logan Medish, and this is High Caliber History. And we've barely made it a couple days into the new year, 2020, and there's already a lot of buzz in the gun world, particularly about the new Colt Python. And so I thought I'd take a couple minutes and we'll talk about what's different with this new Python and what, if any, impact it could have in the world of collecting. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that no, there will not be an impact on the original Python collectability because the gun has been reintroduced. This new Python is not the Python of old. Just between 1955 and 1969, they made more than 100,000 of the original Pythons just in that time period. And so the guns themselves aren't rare, so that's not the issue here. And again, going to this is not the same gun as the gun before. This new one has been beefed up and reworked, and there's 14 less internal parts, so it's not the same gun. And then I've also seen people complaining like, oh, how can you release this Python and not put the royal blue finish on it? Pythons are supposed to be royal blue. Well, Pythons were royal blue initially when they were introduced, but then they were issued in a wide variety of different finishes, including, nickel and brushed nickel and of course stainless as well, which we're seeing in this new gun. They introduced stainless as an option in 1983, and that was available up until 1996. So it's not blasphemous and it's not unheard of to have a Python in nickel from the factory. That was a thing in the previous iteration of the Python, and so rightly so, it's a thing in this iteration for the Python. And then we'll go talking about people complaining about the price of $1,499, and oh, well, I'm not going to pay that kind of money for a Colt, not going to pay that kind of money just because it's got the rampant Colt on the side, the gun's too expensive, yada, yada, yada. Well, part of that goes back into the whole royal blue thing again. If people are complaining about the cost of the gun at $14.99 with the stainless finish on it, to have that gun done in the royal blue finish would make it exponentially more expensive. So, for example, I took a look on the Colt Custom Shop website to see how much they charge to redo the bluing on a gun. And if you were to redo the blue in the royal blue finish, that's $675 for that finish. So, you can do the math and tack it on there in any way you want. But the fact of the matter is that the royal blue finish is a lot more money. And these new guns, as Colt has said, are meant to be shooters. They're not meant to be collectors. These guns are supposed to be ridden hard and put away wet. They are not the safe queens of the guns that came out in 1955. There's a totally different purpose to these Colts. And so why exactly are the Pythons fetching so much money? The collector world, that's where it's coming from. The majority of collectors are older. They've got disposable income and they can spend money on whatever they want. And it's that way with anything that's collectible, whether it's guns or cars, or antiques of any other kind. It's usually an older collector base, and because they have the disposable income, they can pay whatever they need to pay to bring that home and fill that spot in their collection. So what are some of the Pythons selling for? I took a look at a recent auction back in December, and for example, they had 73 different Pythons that they sold. The most expensive was more than $18,000, but they had 4 of them that all sold each for $1,840. So yes, you could have an original Python for just a few $100s more than you could pay for the new Pythons, but again, that's not the point. If you're going to go out and buy this new Python, buy it as a shooter. That's my advice. Do not buy this new Python as a safe queen. Don't go out and spend, the $1,200 or whatever it'll be street price versus the MSRP and stick it in the back of your safe. That's the wrong kind of way to go about guns as an investment. Now, guns absolutely are collectibles and can be an investment, but you are going to sit on that gun for way too long to have it create a positive return on your investment. So do not go buy a new Python and make it part of your 401 gun retirement plan. Buy the new Python and go shoot it. So don't worry about people claiming that there's going to be a tank in the market for original Pythons now that these new ones have come out. You know, Colt had already reintroduced the Cobra and the King Cobra, and go look at auction prices for original Cobras and King Cobras. Did they tank in the past year or two since those guns were reintroduced? No, of course not, because that's not the market. Collectors are looking for the originals, shooters are looking for these. So this whole hubbub and the issues going on about this gun is really quite funny. You know, I've had the opportunity to examine some of the original Colt Pythons. I've handled serial number 2, serial number 3, serial number 5, you know, and I've shot some of the original guns. They're awesome pieces of artistry and machinery. And no, the new ones are not the same. They're not supposed to be the same. They'll never be the same for a number of reasons. And really, if you wanted to make the guns the exact same way, you would have to bring in all of the manpower to hand fit these guns and the hand finishing on those guns. And just like it would happen if you put the gun with a royal blue finish on it, guess what's going to happen if you've got all those people working to hand polish and hand fit? Dollar signs. The price of that gun goes up and up and up. Anyway, I've rambled long enough about this, but really the basis of what I'm trying to get across here is, yes, you should be excited about the new Colt Python. No, you should not buy the new Colt Python and put it in your safe as an investment. Yes, you should try to get your hands on an original Python too. They are really impressive guns. And no, do not worry about the new Pythons tanking the collector market. So that's all I've got for you today. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and have a wonderful day.